Hey guys, welcome back on the channel. Fabrizio Romano here as always to keep you posted on the transfer market. Today guys, a new video. We are here at every time of the day, every hour, always to keep you updated on all the latest. And today here, late night in Europe for my friends on my YouTube channel to recap several stories. We are about to enter into the final days of the transfer window. It's gonna be completely crazy. And so let's jump into it together, guys. And let me start with here we go. Because the exclusive story right before the Champions League night started is about a Chelsea talent leaving the club on loan. And so during the afternoon, Chelsea agreed terms with Raheem Sterling to leave the club, terminating the contract immediately. So an old player, obviously with maximum respect for Raheem Sterling, a great player, but at the final stages of his career, then there is a very young player at the beginning of his career who is going to leave Chelsea on loan. And that player is Paez, because the Ecuadorian talent who was on loan at Strasbourg has been recalled by Chelsea. Strasbourg will develop their own talents. They have already new strategy, new talents there at the club joining in the recent weeks. So the idea with Gary O'Neill and with the Bluco group at Strasbourg is very clear. Paez returns to Chelsea and goes on loan to River Plate. Here we go, it's a surprising story of the day, a very South American couple of hours, because we had the here we go of Lucas Paquetá to Flamengo, a big bomb over lunchtime in Europe, and then overnight, this story on Paez to River Plate. It's a straight loan deal for a season-long loan, so this is the agreement, already accepted by Paez. Chelsea authorized Paez to travel for medical test and contract signing in Buenos Aires almost 20 minutes before the start of the Champions League game against Napoli. Chelsea then won that game, and obviously it has consequences, because Chelsea did their job, Chelsea had a very good impact, and also don't forget the message after the match coming from Liam Rosenior, because Rosenior wanted to send a message to the press. In England, in the last couple of days and weeks, we had many rumors. Cole Palmer is unsettled, Cole Palmer is having problem at Chelsea, Cole Palmer wants to go back to Manchester, Cole Palmer wants to play for Manchester United. All these sort of stories. Before the game, Liam Rosenior was already very clear. Cole is happy, Cole is untouchable, but then after the game, he said by himself, "Did you see Cole Palmer?" Because we had many stories around, but Cole Palmer in the dressing room tonight was looking like a very happy guy. So the message from Rosenior is, don't forget about all the stories we had in the press, because the reality is different. The guy is happy here. And so the message coming from Chelsea, their coach, Liam Rosenior, but is the same for all people at the club, is very clear. Cole Palmer is considered as an absolutely key part of the project for present and future. Chelsea believe that Cole Palmer has to be one of the crucial parts of their project. So there is absolutely nothing ongoing in terms of contacts, in terms of problems, in terms of conversations, zero about it. As of today, then guys, in life, anything can happen. So if at any point in the future, Cole Palmer will decide to leave Chelsea, obviously we are here to inform you and I will let you know. But as of today, Chelsea have zero messages coming from Cole Palmer or his camp about this. So zero at all. And also, Liam Rosenior is sending a very clear message. Untouchable, happy, and so important for Chelsea. So that's it for this Cole Palmer story. Then, let me also clarify, eventually, if at some point Chelsea and Cole Palmer could consider to part ways, it would take a crazy amount of money, but really crazy. So that's the reality around Cole Palmer as of today. We touch on several Chelsea stories, of course, waiting to see what's going to happen with all the other topics. Anselmino meeting to decide the future, I think, is going to take place on Friday from what I'm told, and more. So there will be conversations. But among the consequences of the Champions League, there are sometimes also injuries. And a summer signing being really unlucky with injuries is Jeremy Frimpong at Liverpool, because after suffering an injury in the first 6 months of the season, now new injury for Jeremy Frimpong, muscle injury suffered in the first 3-4 minutes of the Champions League game against Karabakh, so a really complicated moment for Jeremy Frimpong. First of all, I want to wish Jeremy all the very best, because Jeremy has always been a very consistent player, so an unlucky season in terms of injuries. But also, right after the game, Arne Slot said, we think about the long term when asked about signing a new right back in these final days of the January window. He said, we think about the present and we think also about the long term. Long term because we can't have so many players for the same position. At the moment, guys, what I can tell you is that Liverpool already assessed potential options at right back when Conor Bradley suffered his injury against Arsenal. And at that time, Liverpool felt that in the market there were no good right backs to sign in this January transfer window. So this is why Liverpool decided not to proceed for any of these players in the January transfer window, and that's why Liverpool didn't open any concrete negotiation for a right back in January. Now, after Conor Bradley, also Jeremy Frimpong injured, so let's see if Liverpool find a good solution. They could enter the market. But at the moment, again, they were already assessing the right-backs market in this window, and they considered there was no Liverpool player level available on the market. So let's see. Now the emergency is different, of course. Let's see how long Jeremy Frimpong will be out, but that's for sure a point to consider. And then, guys, two more things I wanted to mention. One is about Marcus Rashford, because he scored a goal for Barcelona and because Hansi Flick once again is sending a message in public. Speed, quality, he's adding something to the squad. Hansi Flick is in love with Marcus Rashford. So Barcelona remain in tension, and as they already communicated at the beginning of the year 2026, in January during the Super Cup in Saudi, to the camp of the player, Barca want to find a way to keep Marcus Rashford. At the moment, still nothing communicated to Man United, so Barcelona didn't tell Man United we paid by option clause 30 million euros. Barcelona will try to talk to Man United later this year to try to negotiate and find a solution for Rashford, but what's also true is that Marcus Rashford and Barcelona are very happy together, and so they will find a way. Let's see financially what happens with Man United, but the intention from Barcelona, including the coach Hansi Flick, is to keep Marcus Rashford at the club. So the conversation is going to continue. Let's see financially with Man United. Remember that Man United want 30 million euros, the buy option clause. So we will see what's going to happen there. And then keep an eye, guys, also on Atletico Madrid, because Atletico Madrid have genuine interest in Leon Goretzka at Bayern. Then there is Bayern manager Vincent Kompany, who doesn't want to lose any player in this January window. There was interest from Italy in Kim Min-jae, and he said no one is leaving. Now for Goretzka, Kompany would love to keep Goretzka. At the same time, he's out of contract in the summer. So let's see what happens with Atletico. They want the player, yes, as was reported by Bild in the recent days. It's reality, they want him. But this depends on Bayern, because there is a conversation between Goretzka and Atletico Madrid, but this depends on what Bayern want to do. And so let's follow that situation. He's not the only name on Atletico Madrid list. Goretzka shares the same agency as Ademola Lookman. And Ademola Lookman will also be one to watch in these final days of the January transfer window. Let's see what's going to happen there. For sure, an interesting situation to follow. Guys, on this and much more here on the channel, I will see you later with all the news, all the latest. Remember to like this video, turn on the notifications bell not to lose any single video, comment because I'm reading you, and as always, guys, remember to be here on the channel with Fabrizio every single day here on YouTube. Deadline day is getting closer. I will see you soon.